My precious child, come closer, closer than you've ever been before. Not with your body, but with your soul. I know your heart has been carrying questions it's afraid to speak aloud, and I know that your faith has been trembling beneath the weight of disappointment. I see how you've been holding on, even when you felt like letting go. And I see the tears you never showed anyone, yes, even the ones that soaked your pillow in the quiet hours when you thought I wasn't listening. But I was. I was there every time. Not a single tear has been wasted, not a single sigh unheard, not a single whisper of prayer overlooked. You brought me your heart, you laid it open, raw and vulnerable, and you asked me to move. You asked me to grant those two prayers you thought would heal you, complete you, carry you into the future you were dreaming of. And I saw how tightly you held on to those requests, how much of your hope was tied to them. But child, I need you to hear me. Not with frustration, not with fear, but with reverence and trust. I said no. I closed the door. Not because you were wrong to ask, not because you are unworthy of good things, and certainly not because I was ignoring you. I said no because I saw what you couldn't. I saw where those paths would lead, what burdens they would bring, how your heart would break in ways you wouldn't recover from easily. I saw the parts of you that would slowly fade beneath the weight of what looked like a blessing, but was actually a quiet storm in disguise. You were asking for peace, but it would have cost you your voice. You were asking for love, but it would have drained your light. I could not give you that. I could not allow my beloved child to walk into something that would reduce you, silence you, break the very things I've been nurturing within you. So I stood at the doorway and I closed it gently but firmly, even as your hands pounded against it, even as your tears fell, even as your faith quivered in confusion. And I whispered, trust me, not because it was easy, not because I expect you to smile through the ache, but because I know what's on the other side of this weight. I am not punishing you, I am preserving you. I'm not withholding joy, I'm making room for something greater than you dared imagine. You are not forgotten, you are not denied, you are being protected, you are being positioned, you are being prepared for something that is not just good but holy. Because what I'm preparing for you, my child, is not ordinary. It is not something you can rush into, nor something that could arrive before its appointed time. The one I am bringing into your life, yes, the one your soul has been longing for, perhaps even without knowing their name or face, is not someone who is coming by chance, but by divine assignment. I have been shaping them in silence, pruning their heart the same way I've been pruning yours. I've been allowing life to teach them, mold them, humble them, just as I've done with you. They carry wounds too, but not the kind that will burden you, rather the kind that will understand you. You won't have to explain why you love the way you do, why you're cautious with your heart, why you pause before trusting again. They'll see it. They'll understand it. Because they've walked through their own fire, and in that fire, they became refined, not perfect, but prepared. And while you were wondering if love would ever come again, I was working behind the scenes, aligning your timelines, guarding your hearts, mending what needed to be healed, so that when the day comes, you don't meet each other as two broken pieces trying to fix one another, but as two whole souls who reflect my glory in the way you love. This is not a love born out of desperation or loneliness. It will not be a connection that leaves you anxious or questioning your worth. This love will feel like clarity, like peace, like me. And when they arrive, child, it will make sense why I had to close those doors in your past, why I had to deny the things you once begged me for, why the silence lasted so long. Because if I had allowed you to cling to what you thought was right, you would have missed what was truly meant for you. I am not cruel. I am not careless. I am your father, and I am writing your story with precision, compassion, and eternal love. What is coming is not just an answer to your prayer. It is the fulfillment of a promise, one I whispered over your life before you were even born. And now the time is drawing near. Heaven is moving. Angels are rejoicing. You are about to step into the chapter that makes sense of every painful pause. So I ask you now, my beloved, do not despise this waiting. Do not see it as punishment or delay, for it is the very space where transformation is happening, where I am preparing your heart to carry what you once weren't ready to hold. The time you have spent feeling overlooked, misunderstood, or abandoned was not in vain. It was holy ground. I was not inactive while you wept in silence. I was not distant when your heart felt hollow. I was there, closer than your breath, holding pieces of your soul even you didn't know were breaking. You must understand, I have not been slow, I have been strategic. I've been removing the noise, stripping away the idols, dismantling the false comforts, and teaching you that your worth is not tied to who stays, who chooses you, or what season you're in. You are valuable because you are mine. Before they ever come into your life, I needed you to stand in that truth without wavering. I needed you to be anchored in me so that when love does arrive, you don't build your identity around it. You simply receive it as a gift, not a lifeline. This season has not just been about waiting for a person. It has been about becoming the version of yourself that doesn't settle, that doesn't chase love, but attracts it through healed wholeness. You've grown in ways you cannot yet see. Your compassion is deeper, your wisdom has roots, your prayers have matured, and even in your weakest moments, I've seen your faith stretch like a thread between heaven and earth, pulling down strength you didn't know you had. I've watched you stand when it would have been easier to crumble. I've seen you choose me over and over again, even when it hurt. And child, I want you to know I am proud of you. I see your effort. I see your obedience. I see the times you forgave when you could have walked away. I see the grace you've given others even while starving for some yourself. All of it matters. All of it is seen. And every sacrifice, every surrender, every silent act of trust, it has been preparing you for the unveiling that is to come. Do not think for one moment that your quiet faithfulness will go unrewarded. I am a God of justice. I am a Father who repays in full. And what I'm about to release in your life will feel like redemption wrapped in joy. And now, child, I need you to do something that might seem simple but is sacred. Lift your head. I know the weight has been heavy. I know the unanswered questions swirl like storms in your mind at night, keeping you awake with what ifs and whys that I haven't yet explained. But I am asking you now to lift your eyes, not because everything is fixed or figured out, but because I want you to see beyond the pain into the promise. You have been looking at closed doors and forgotten dreams and unanswered prayers, wondering if they were signs that you failed. But I tell you again, they were not signs of your failure. They were signs of my protection. You weren't being ignored, you were being insulated. I had to shield you, child, from the things that look like blessings, but would have been distractions. From the people who appeared to love you, but were never sent by me. Not everyone who smiles at your light is meant to walk beside you. Some were drawn to your warmth, but never intended to protect your flame. That's why I let them go. That's why they couldn't stay. That's why it ended even when you begged for it to continue. I know how that tore at your soul. I know how you questioned your worth in the aftermath. But hear me now. It was not because you weren't lovable. It was because I had to make room. There are things I am bringing into your life now that will not just heal what hurt you, but will give you a revelation of what love was always supposed to look like. It will not be built on fear or performance or confusion. It will be grounded in clarity, in peace, in me. You won't have to beg for attention, wonder where you stand, or dim your brilliance to make someone else feel comfortable. No, child, the one I am bringing into your life will honor your spirit, respect your boundaries, cherish your heart, and recognize your soul. They will not try to control you, change you, or compete with you. They will partner with you and walk beside you as I intended. And you will look at them and see a mirror of my goodness. You will realize that I didn't just give you what you asked for. I gave you what you didn't even know you needed. And when that moment comes, when their eyes meet yours and peace floods your heart, you will understand why you had to walk through everything you did. You will see why I said no, why I said not yet, why I let the silence linger. Because if I had given you what you wanted then, you would have settled for a love that was smaller than the one I destined for you, and I love you too much to let you settle. So now, my beloved, as this new season begins to unfold before you, I need you to shift how you see this story. This is not the chapter of your life where you were forgotten. This is the chapter where I was most present, where I was working in the hidden places, writing lines in invisible ink that will soon shine in the light of my glory. I know it's been hard to believe that anything good could come from the silence, from the waiting, from the places where you were left with nothing but questions. But I am the God who brings beauty out of ashes and life out of what looked like loss. I am the God who turns mourning into dancing, and child, I am turning your story into something that will testify of my faithfulness. This isn't just about romance. This isn't only about companionship. This is about purpose, about divine alignment, about calling. I am not just sending someone to love you. I'm sending someone who will walk with you in the purpose I've placed inside you, who will recognize the mantle you carry and help protect it, not diminish it. You have always felt different because you are. You were marked from the beginning, set apart for something that the world couldn't define. And because of that, many people misunderstood you, mishandled you, even rejected you. But I never did. I've held your identity in my hands since before time began, and I've watched over every moment of your life with tender care, even the painful ones, even the ones you thought were wasted. Nothing was wasted, child. Not one heartbreak, not one closed door, not one detour. I used it all. Every disappointment became a tool in my hands to shape you. Every season of loneliness deepened your roots in me. Every time you were broken, I was rebuilding you with gold. And now, what I've built cannot be shaken. You are not fragile anymore. You are refined. You are strong in the spirit, and you are ready, not perfect, but prepared. You may still have moments of doubt, and that's okay, because I will continue to walk with you, continue to whisper truth into your soul, continue to remind you that you are mine, and that nothing can take you out of my hand. You are not walking into the unknown. You are walking into a promise. And everything that is coming was written long ago in the pages of heaven's book. It is time, my beloved, time to arise from the ashes of grief and walk into the newness of joy. Time to lift your head and believe again, not just in love, but in me, in my plans, and the story I've been writing all along. You are closer than you've ever been. Stay with me. Keep your eyes on me. I'm not finished yet, no. I'm just getting started. And now, my beloved child, take this moment, this breath, this heartbeat, and let it mark the beginning of a new chapter. You've walked through fire and didn't burn. You've stood in the silence and still prayed. You've waited when you didn't understand why. And now I want you to know, heaven has seen it all. The angels have stood by watching over you with weeping eyes and victorious joy. For your endurance has not been in vain. Your story is not one of failure, but of faith, of rising when you had every reason to stay down, of trusting me when it would have been easier to turn away. I want you to feel the weight of that, how deeply proud I am of you, not for being flawless, but for staying close to me when your soul was aching. You didn't let go, even when you didn't understand. And that has moved my heart. The shift you've been sensing, it's not your imagination. Things are moving. What once felt stuck is being loosened. Doors that once remained closed are unlocking. Connections are being divinely orchestrated. The kind of love you prayed for, the kind of peace you couldn't find, the kind of fulfillment you feared would never come, it is on its way. But even more than what's coming to you, I want you to feel what's already here. Me. I've always been here. I've never left you. I've been holding your story in my hands the entire time. And now, as your heart opens again, as your hope returns, as your soul begins to believe that joy is possible again, I will meet you in every step. I will whisper to you in the quiet. I will walk beside you in the ordinary. I will send confirmation when you need it and peace when your mind races. I will bless you in such a way that you will know, undeniably, that it could only have been me. And when love comes, when the promise manifests, when your soul feels held in the way it always longed to be, you will fall to your knees in awe, not because it all makes sense, but because it all glorifies me. You will look back and thank me for every no, for every closed door, for every detour that led you to destiny. You will see that I wasn't delaying you, I was defending you. I wasn't punishing you, I was preserving something sacred. This is not the end of your story, child. This is the beginning of something new, something holy, something beautiful. Keep your eyes on me, not on the things that left, but on the future I am unfolding. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. You are being made whole, healed, and prepared. You are seen. You are chosen. You are deeply, eternally loved. And the story I'm about to write with your life will be a testimony of my goodness for generations to come. So rest now, exhale the fear, breathe in my peace. For I am doing a new thing, can you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the dry places of your soul. And soon, very soon, the world will see what heaven already knows. Your life is a miracle in motion. Amen.